For decades, rumors have swirled that something impossible is buried beneath Antarctica's ice. Ancient cities, alien relics, even evidence of a lost world. Now, new satellite scans and declassified reports suggest those whispers may not be fantasy after all. But why are so many discoveries here kept hidden? And what secrets lie frozen under 2 miles of ice? Larger than all of Europe combined and nearly 1.5 times the size of the United States, Antarctica holds 90% of Earth's ice and 70% of its freshwater. Its winds can reach 200 miles per hour. Temperatures plunge below -100 degrees Fahrenheit. And beneath its frozen surface lies a hidden world. Mountain ranges taller than the Alps, lakes sealed for millions of years, and valleys so vast they rival the Grand Canyon. It is a world that should be barren. But the deeper we look, the stranger it becomes. In 1513, Ottoman Admiral Piri Reis drew a map that stunned historians. Its details of South America were remarkably accurate for the time, but what sparked controversy was something else. A southern coastline resembling Antarctica, smooth, ice-free, and drawn, centuries before the continent's discovery. The riddle deepens with the Orontes Phineas map of 1531. Rivers, mountains, and habitable valleys stretch across a land we now know as frozen. And in 1737, the Boache map outlined waterways and islands exactly where hidden ridges and channels would later be confirmed by modern technology. Were these mistakes, imaginative guesses, or evidence of a much older source, fragments of knowledge predating written history itself? Mainstream scholars argue these maps stitched together older charts. But where did those charts come from? And who could have mapped Antarctica without its ice, a condition not seen for millions of years? For some, the answer is unsettling. That the maps preserve the memory of a forgotten civilization with global reach, a culture so advanced it survives only in fragments of legend. Some whisper it was Atlantis itself, an empire swallowed by disaster, its ruins entombed beneath the ice. From the eye of satellites, Antarctica reveals puzzles stranger than expected. One of the most famous lies in the Ellsworth Mountains, a towering pyramid-shaped peak. Geologists explain it as a nunatak, a mountain carved by ice and wind. Yet its sharp, four-sided geometry echoes the pyramids of Giza. Coincidence? Or a buried legacy? Elsewhere, imagery shows what look like vast entrances carved into mountainsides, stair-like terraces in the snow, and oval depressions resembling domes. Some vanish for years, hidden by storms, only to reappear when the ice shifts again. And then there is the infamous crash site. Viewers spotted a disc-shaped object, half buried in rock and snow. With a silver rim and shadowed body, it sparked claims of a downed alien craft. Skeptics dismissed it as a rock basin, but the symmetry, the shadowing, and the location keep the mystery alive. Pareidolia, the human tendency to see patterns where none exist, may explain some of these sightings, but when shapes are this precise, this persistent, the line between illusion and architecture begins to blur. And then there is Blood Falls, from the base of Taylor Glacier. A crimson stream pours across the ice like an open wound. Scientists trace its color to ancient salt water, rich in iron, oxidizing like rust. Inside its waters live extremophile microbes, organisms thriving without sunlight or oxygen, sealed away for nearly 2 million years. But not everyone accepts this explanation. Some say Blood Falls is more than chemistry, that it is a vent, a pressure release from something deeper, beneath the glacier. To some, it is the exhaust of a vast underground water system, stretching for hundreds of miles. To others, it is not natural at all, but the leak of something engineered. If ancient maps and satellite images spark questions, the 20th century gave them fuel. In 1938, Nazi Germany launched an expedition to claim Queen Maud Land. Officially, it was about whale oil. Unofficially, legends claim they sought a foothold or found something extraordinary under the ice. Some accounts speak of Base 211, a fortress carved beneath the glaciers and where advanced technology and occult experiments took place. Others claim U-boats fled south after the war, carrying fugitives and cargo to hidden strongholds. Then, in 1946, the United States launched Operation Highjump. 13 ships, 4,700 men, dozens of aircraft, officially for mapping and training. Yet the mission ended abruptly, months early, with reports of crashes, losses, and unexplained encounters. Led by Admiral Richard E. Byrd, who first set foot in Antarctica in 1928. Highjump was his fourth and most ambitious expedition to this frozen continent. It is rumored he glimpsed a temperate valley amid the ice, even strange aerial craft. Later accounts claim he wrote of contact with a hidden world called Agartha, though historians doubt the diary's authenticity. Whether Cold War secrecy or something stranger, Operation Highjump's scale and sudden end left fertile ground for theories linking Antarctica to Nazi science, UFOs, and hidden civilizations. In 1959, 12 nations, including bitter Cold War rivals, signed the Antarctic Treaty. It banned military bases, nuclear tests, and territorial claims. Antarctica would belong to no nation, used only for science. On the surface, it was a diplomatic triumph. But the timing raised questions. Why, in the midst of global rivalry, did the world's superpowers suddenly agree to neutralize the most unexplored land on Earth? Some point to cost. The extreme environment made bases impractical. Others say it was science. Antarctica is a planetary archive too valuable to weaponize. But another possibility lingers, that something was discovered or encountered that made Antarctica too dangerous or too sacred to exploit. Whispers suggest the treaty was more than diplomacy. It was a containment pact. Some theorists even argue it was signed under silent instructions, that nations agreed not with each other, but with something already living beneath the ice. From maps that shouldn't exist, to anomalies that defy geology, to treaties signed in sudden harmony, Antarctica remains our planet's great riddle. Science tells us it was once forested land, now locked under ice, that it hides ancient lakes untouched for millions of years, that beneath its glaciers lie ecosystems without sunlight and climate records stretching back to Earth's earliest chapters. But legends speak of something more, of civilizations lost to time, of structures too precise to be natural, of watchers beneath the ice, silent, patient, and perhaps not of this world. From the Piri Reis map to the scarlet stream of Blood Falls, from satellite crash sites to Cold War expeditions, Antarctica remains our planet's greatest riddle. The evidence is there, the legends are there, the final conclusion is yours to decide. Until the ice melts, Antarctica will remain the forbidden continent, the last great unknown, and perhaps the keeper of Earth's true history.